Cartonplast is an extrusion process for polypropylene engineered by Marco Terragni during the 60s in RIPE plant. RIPE is standing for Research Industrial Application on Polyolefins. Marco Terragni did register the trade name Cartonplast, and since the very beginning in his mind was very clear that the main application of Cartonplast is for reusable and recyclable packaging. Let's have a chat about the beginning, the present and the future of Cartonplast technology.
You know, we're always looking for the next big thing to solve our modern packaging waste problem, but what if I told you the solution was actually invented way back during the space race? Today, we're exploring a revolutionary material from the 1960s that was designed for a sustainable future before most of us were even talking about one. It's a pretty bold question, right? We all think of the circular economy as this super modern 21st century buzzword. But what if its core ideas were actually engineered into a product back when the Beatles were still together? And here it is. It's called Cartonplast. Now, this wasn't just some new kind of plastic. It was a completely new way of thinking. Right from the very beginning, it was designed to be used, then reused, and then, at the end of its life, be 100% recycled back into the very same product. That, right there, is the circular economy in a nutshell. So, who was the mind behind this incredibly forward-thinking invention? Well, let's talk about the visionary engineer who started it all, Marco Terragni. Marco Terragni's career was just remarkable. In the 50s, he co-founded Covema, which became a huge player in the European plastic scene. But his big breakthrough came in the late 60s. And get this, he didn't just invent a material, he invented the entire technology and the massive extrusion lines to produce it, which he then sold all over the globe. Later on, he founded Agripak, the company that carries on his legacy today. The genius was even in the name he trademarked, Cartonplast. Super simple, right? Carton for cardboard boxes and plast for plastic. It instantly told you its purpose, to be a durable, reusable alternative to all those single-use boxes. The entire vision was right there in one word. So, here's the crucial part. What exactly made this material so revolutionary? Let's break down the properties that made it a perfect fit for a circular system, long before that was even a common term. These features are what made it a total game changer. It's waterproof and washable, so you can just clean it after every use. And it's not just a little reusable. In the world of logistics, it can be used up to 100 times. Then, at the end of that super long life, it gets ground down and reborn as brand new Cartonplast sheets. It's a perfect closed loop. His son, Marco Terragni, who leads Agripak now, puts it perfectly. This really highlights that this wasn't some abstract invention, it was a practical solution that came from a powerful entrepreneurial spirit designed to solve a real-world problem. But the story didn't stop in the 1960s. Not even close. The company Marco Terragni founded, Agripak, is taking his original vision and pushing it straight into the 21st century. And this really illustrates the evolution perfectly. The foundation is still the same, a strong, reusable, and recyclable material. But today's innovation is all about optimization, making it lighter, more efficient, and reducing its environmental footprint even more. So how do they do it? Through some seriously incredible engineering. They've got technologies like Carton Light, which is a process to reduce the material's density, creating lighter sheets. Then there's Carton Seal, which seals the edges of boxes, making them way more hygienic and stable. And Carton Core optimizes the internal rib shapes for specific jobs, which improves strength. All that innovation leads to this one staggering number, 40%. But 40% of what? That's a potential for 40% reduction in the raw material used and the final weight of the packaging. I mean, just think about what that means. Less plastic, lower shipping costs, and a massive reduction in the overall carbon footprint. This is innovation with a huge real-world impact. But the innovation doesn't stop with the material itself. It actually extends to how it's made. And believe me, Agripak is building the factory of the future. These are definitely not your grandfather's machines. We're talking about fully automated production lines that are connected to the cloud, constantly sharing data, and optimizing their own performance. And the brain behind this whole operation is called Cobrak.AI. This isn't some off-the-shelf solution. It's a proprietary artificial intelligence system that Agripak developed internally, specifically to master the art of producing Cartonplast. So what does this AI actually do? Well, it acts kind of like a master craftsperson, constantly analyzing production data in real time. It intelligently adjusts things like temperature and speed for peak efficiency. It enhances quality control, and it even helps the human operators solve problems faster. It's the perfect partnership of human experience and machine intelligence. And Agripak really provides the whole package. They don't just build the machines that make the sheets, they also build the machines that turn those sheets into finished products. Boxes, pallets, layer pads, you name it. It's a complete start-to-finish system for their customers. So let's tie all of this together. What started as one man's amazing vision has now become a powerful legacy for a more sustainable future. This is really the key takeaway. Cartonplast is the perfect example of how a visionary idea, born out of the pure ingenuity of the 1960s, has been continuously engineered and perfected to meet the environmental demands we're facing right now. Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If an invention from the 1960s can be this relevant and this important today, what kind of impact will the innovations we're creating right now, like AI-driven manufacturing, have on the world in 50 years? It's a pretty powerful question to consider.
For more information and the latest innovations on Cartonplast, please stay tuned with us at Agripak.com.